Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a case that feels like it's straight out of a Hollywood thriller. We're talking about a criminal who was so meticulous, so clever, he thought he was completely untouchable. He left behind no witnesses, no obvious clues, and a trail that went cold almost immediately. For the investigators, it was like chasing a ghost. But as we're about to see, even the smartest criminals make mistakes, and sometimes, the smallest piece of evidence can unravel the most elaborate plans. This is the story of how cutting-edge forensics and old-school detective work combined to outwit a master of deception. It all started with a series of high-stakes heists targeting exclusive art galleries and private collections. The thief was nicknamed the Ghost by the media for his ability to bypass the most advanced security systems without a trace. It was clear they were dealing with someone who was not only a brilliant planner, but also incredibly disciplined. It was a long shot, a tiny thread in a massive haystack, but it was the only lead they had. They decided to pull on it, running the partial license plate seen in the grainy footage through every database imaginable. They cross-referenced it with registered owners of similar model vans. While one team worked on the van, another group of investigators decided to re-examine the crime scenes, this time with a completely different approach. Instead of looking for what the thief left behind, they started looking for what he might have taken with him unintentionally. They brought in forensic botanists and geologists to analyze the microscopic world of the crime scenes. Microscopic pollen grains were found on the edge of a windowsill the thief likely used to enter. These weren't just any pollen grains. They belonged to a rare, non-native orchid species. This was a huge clue. This specific type of orchid was not common, and was primarily grown by a small community of collectors and specialty nurseries. Suddenly, the investigators had a new, much smaller pool of people to look into. They had a profile, someone with access to a utility van and a connection to rare orchids. The two investigative paths, the van and the pollen, were about to converge in a spectacular way. The team working on the vehicle registrations finally got a hit. One of the vans on their long list was registered to a man who lived in a quiet suburban neighborhood. On its own, this meant little. But when they cross-referenced his name with the list of known rare orchid enthusiasts, his name appeared again. His name was Julian Croft, a respected landscape architect with a seemingly perfect life. He had no criminal record and was well-liked in his community. He was the last person anyone would suspect. But the evidence was pointing directly at him. Still, they needed more than just a connection to a van and a flower. They needed something to tie him directly to the crimes. They placed Croft under discreet surveillance. The team ran a compositional analysis on these glass shards. Every pane of glass has a unique chemical signature, almost like a fingerprint, based on its manufacturing process. They compared the shards from Croft's glove to the glass from a display case that was subtly tampered with during one of the heists. The result was a perfect match. They had him. The orchid pollen connected him to the scene, and the glass shards from his glove connected him directly to the act of the crime.